Hello, Green and Tidiers. Welcome back to another YouTube Live. It's Rachel Papworth here from Green and Tidy, the online professional organiser. I liberate you from the shackles of clutter and chaos to give you peace of mind and productivity. And today, in response to a request from two different YouTubers who commented on my previous YouTube Live, I'm going to be talking about overcoming regret. But before I do that, I am so excited to announce that Clutter-Free in 30 days is now live. You can join the 30-day challenge as of now. In fact, I'm going to put right now in the chat, there we are, done it, a link to the page where you can join. So go right ahead and join. You join while we're talking. I can't tell you how excited I am about this challenge. I think it's the best program I have ever put together. It brings together all the learning of the programs that I've been developing for you over the last 8 or 9 years that I've been doing this work. It puts all the psychological insights in and the kind of rigor of holding you to a 30-day challenge, but it also does it in a really accessible way. There's even 2 tracks within the challenge, so you can take on track 1, which is the most challenging one, where you commit to doing a 15-minute task every day and you do all the psychological work. And if you don't feel up to taking on the full thing, you can take on track 2, where you commit to doing a certain amount per week, and you take on the psychological stuff to the extent that you want to, and you use it to experiment to find out how much decluttering and organising you can do each day and what kind of schedule works for you, etc. Anyway, there's more information on that page that I've just oh, it hasn't allowed me to put that up there. Why not? I'll just try again. If it doesn't work, I'll put it in the information below the video anyway. One more time. Maybe it doesn't like links in the chat. I'll put it in the box underneath the video, so you'll be able to join from there. And I'll also put it on Twitter and Facebook, and it will be in this week's mailing as well. So if you're not on my mailing list now, would be a good time to jump on there. So yeah, join the 30-day challenge, and I really look forward to hearing what you think of it and what you get out of it. And in the meantime, yeah, I had 2 requests. I'm going to read you the comments. One was from J-Jo, who said, might you feel like discussing lost dreams and goals? She said, I've just yesterday identified what so much of my cash is, items never used and will never be used for their intended purpose, and how removing them from the premises to any worthy destination is an admission of failure, defeat in my life, even though the reasons for cancellation of plans and hopes, etc., are health and age limitation related. I know others would be thrilled to receive any of it, and I'm not a selfish person. Heck, I'd buy them the items if they express the need for them. Perhaps 80% of the clutter has had or has still a dream attached to it, and I just don't know how to face what the emptiness of those items from the house would represent, how devastating the truth would be, like a dagger to my heart. Bless you, Jojo, I really hear you. And I'm going to read you the comment I got yesterday as well, which is from Shalaka Kamat. I'm sorry, I hope I'm saying your name right. And they said, would you consider doing a short one on regret? My home is filled with stuff I was excited about purchasing, but no longer feel any pleasure owning. All I feel is guilty for wasting money every time I look at them. Your insights would be welcome. So yes, that's what I'm going to talk about today. And that's another really pertinent topic that is a big reason for holding on to stuff. A lot of clutter. So as you've probably heard me say before, all clutter is a deferred decision or an incomplete action. And often it's in the form of a dream that we had, or a vision that we had of ourselves, a kind of image that we had of ourselves that we never fulfilled or lived up to. And we bought this stuff in line with that. And now we can't let go of it, because that means letting go of believing in ourselves as that person. So what do you do in that situation? Well, the first thing, and just to say, I think there's something slightly different about those 2 questions. They're very, very closely related, but it depends. That there's a difference in why J-Jo and, I'm sorry, I forgot what your name is, the other person, why they're not fulfilling on those issues. So J-Jo mentioned health and age related matters, and I'll come on to that in a moment. But I think there is a lot of overlap there, a lot of similarity. So the first thing I think is to really be with that dream that you had of yourself. So, you know, let that in. Allow yourself to admit that you thought you were going to be that person who took up sculpting or lost loads of weight or traveled the world, or, you know, whatever it was. You really thought you were going to be that person, and you were inspired and excited by that vision of yourself. Just be with that for a minute. Allow yourself to be with that. Then the next thing is to forgive yourself for not realizing that vision as yet. And then once you've done that, once you've allowed that to be, then you can start thinking about, well, do I still want to do this? Maybe you do. Maybe actually you do still want to realize that dream, that image of yourself. And if that's the case, what's one step that you can take in that direction right now or this week, you know, soon, immediately, not one day, but in a real time frame that you're actually going to take it on. So maybe you bought a guitar and some guitar music, but you never learned the guitar. Well, you know, could you just spend 15 minutes playing with the guitar this week? Or could you spend 15 minutes looking for a guitar teacher this week? Or what you might find by doing this thinking is that you actually don't want to. You want to, but you don't want to. And that's okay. It's really okay. There's a lot of forgiveness in this. There's a lot of need to forgive yourself for what you do want and what you don't want, and not make it wrong. And maybe if you can accept that you no longer have that dream and you no longer want to be that person, that will help you to move the stuff on. Now, that's where it comes into a slight difference between what the two commenters said, because what I hear in what you're saying, J-Jo, is actually you do still want to be that person, but you can't for health and age reasons. And that is really hard. It's really hard to let go of who we once were or who we once thought we could be. And it's the way it is. So I would really recommend that you find some way of coming to terms with the person that you are now. I wonder whether it would even be worth exploring some counselling or some therapy to come to terms with that, to kind of accept what the situation is now and deal with the grief of what you've had to let go of. You know, what I don't know the details of your health or age situation, but you know, it's natural to grieve the younger person that we were and that could do more than we can do now. And so I just want to encourage you to make space for that, really, to allow yourself to have those feelings and to process those feelings. And I think that will enable you to let go of the paraphernalia that kind of goes on with that image that you used to have, or that dream that you used to have for your future. So I hope that's helpful. Do post to me in the comments below to let me know what you hear in that, and what you can take away from it, and any other thoughts that anyone has to share with J-Jo. And sorry, I'm going to remind myself of your name. The other commenter was Shalaka. I think it's Shalaka. So anybody else got insights to share with J-Jo and Shalaka, please do comment below as well. And I'll put a link to Clutter-Free in 30 days in the information to this video. And look forward to seeing you on the programme. Bye for now.